So there was a massive iPhone update that basically just ended up coming around, which is absolutely insane. And I almost dreamed about a day like this a couple years ago. I think back in 2020, there was a glimmer of hope that something like this was going to end up happening. It didn't end up happening at that time, but now that dream has finally came true. Basically, the application UTM-SC is what they call it. So this particular application is a emulator in a way. Now this particular emulator, it's like a PC, emulator, and it allows you to operate or emulate tons of different operating systems. So it allows you to do different Windows operating systems. You can do Mac OS, you can do Linux. And the fact that we actually have this type of capability now, it's the craziest thing ever. Now the story behind this, it's so funny. We basically had the option of utilizing this a couple of years ago. Now, Apple apparently rejected it back in June. So this was something that was actually very interesting. But I remember back in I don't know if it was a jailbreak tweak that happened or maybe it was a tweaked app that allowed us to do this. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably a jailbreak tweak. Basically, they allowed us to go through and use UTM, but it wasn't actually using it. It was through an emulator, through a hacked version of our particular, iPhone. But guess what? We now have the capability of downloading this straight from the App Store. Now, I'm still kind of hesitant on making videos about this because I remember back in 2020 when I first talked about this, I think I got a community guideline strike for making a video on this, which was so annoying. But since then, I think there are so many other improvements that happened since then. So I think there's a very high likelihood where Apple could go through and just kind of allow these things to kind of still, if Apple's allowing it, then I think Google will allow it to talk about it on their platforms. So I think now it might be a little bit easier to go and use, but I'll kind of talk about this later on. We'll, kind of make some videos on it later on. But I do think this is a massive, humongous leap from the whole entire, utilizing our iPhone to its full ability type of thing. And the fact that we even have this type of capability on our device makes me think that in the future, we're going to have a lot more capability and a lot more openness of basically talking about these things in the future. Still, like I said, it's going to kind of, be a work in progress. We're going to have to kind of see what ends up happening. But I think this is massive movement and massive improvement from this whole entire, tweaked app, allowing us to use emulators and stuff in our particular operating system whole, era that we're in from Apple. I never thought we'd even see this day. It makes me very, very excited and happy to kind of see and get a glimpse of what's going to be happening in the future. I think, like I said before, there's a very high likelihood things like this could end up, kind of changing here and there. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, I'm super excited to see what ends up happening from the, Apple, iPhone, kind of, retro emulator route. But I guess we'll see what happens. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.